Hey, fourth graders, what's up? All right. Happy Tuesday, guys. If you're doing this assignment the day it was assigned to you, it should be Tuesday, I believe, May 12th. Okay. Um, we're getting down to the end, guys. What? Do we have like a week left? Week and a couple days left? Something like that? Not a lot of time left. We're almost there. Um, so I'm coming at you guys today with your new math lesson. What we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about division. Okay, so this video right here is going to talk to the students that have chosen to use the long division or the standard division algorithm. Okay, so if you are one of the students who said, no, I want to use partial quotients, then you need to go to the other assignment and watch the other video. Okay, so this video is for students who want to do either long division, which is also known as standard division algorithm. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off today. Whoops. Nah. I'm going to start off with this first poster that I have up here for you guys, okay? So first thing is I included this little poster on here. I drew all of these, guys. I did. Isn't my artwork beautiful? Just kidding. If you haven't been in my class before or you're in my class currently this year, they are all shouting, she didn't draw this. She doesn't draw that well. They know I don't draw very well at all. But I did put this poster on here. So what this is tricks to learn division, and it's on the vocabulary. You kind of need to know the vocabulary. So this says, so you have your dividend and you divide in the den. So your dividend is the huge number that you have that you need to divide into equal groups. So that's your big whole number, okay? Your divisor is the number that you're dividing that dividend into. Am I going to divide it into 4 equal groups, 5 equal groups, 6 equal groups? Okay. And then your quotient, a quotient is the answer to a division problem. Okay. So there's some other ways to show division. This is using long division, which we're going to go over. This is showing it in fraction form. This is just showing it in a division problem with the division symbol. And then, of course, there's also partial quotients. So what I'm going to go over with you guys today is a little poster that I created with my students, and it's called the division family, okay? And so it's to teach them the order in which they perform operations in order to do long division. So we always start off with the head of the household, dad, and dad divides. So we take our divisor and we divide it into the first digit of the dividend, okay, which is the largest digit. Division is the only operation where we don't start in the ones place, we start with the largest place value. So dad divides, 4 goes into 4 how many times? 4 divided by 4 is 1. So we put the 1 up above the 4, okay? The 40, the 4 tens. The next person in the household is mom, and then mom multiplies. Well, 1 times 4 equals 4. And then sister comes in and she subtracts to see how much is left over. So 4 minus 4 is 0. All right, and then after sister subtracts, those of you who have brothers, or if you are a brother, you know they're wild and crazy and they're gonna bring down the house. No, they're gonna bring down the next digit. So brother brings down the next digit. So he's gonna take this 3 and bring it down. So now we have a 3 down here, okay? So then what we say is the dog, Rover, repeats. So you go all the way back up to the top and you repeat every step. Dad divides, mom multiplies, sister subtracts, brother brings down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide and I'm going to start talking you guys through 2 examples. Okay, so this slide is done for you. What Miss Reagan has told you guys over in the directions is click in each box to type in your answer on the following slides. Use the quotient divisor. So she has some directions for you guys right there. So I'm going to just go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about what happened here. So They had 4, which is our divisor. So how many times can 4 go into 6? So how many 4s can we take out of 6? Well, we can only take 1 out, right? Because 4 times 2 would be 8, and that's too much. We don't have enough. So 6 divided by 4 is it can only go in there 1 time. So Miss Reagan put a 1 right here. Now, after Dad divides, Mom multiplies. So 1 times 4 equals 4. We put that in the next box. Mom multiplied. Now we go and we do sister subtracts. 6 minus 4 equals 2. Now we brother brings down. So there's an arrow. We bring down that 8. So now we have 28. Now Rover repeats. So we go back up to the first step. All right. So we have 28. Dad divides. 28 divided by 4 is 7. 4 times what equals 28, or is close to 28 without going over? 7. So you put 7 up here. Now Mom multiplies. 7 times 4 equals 28. Miss Reagan put 28 down here. Now sister subtracts. 28 minus 28 equals 0. Next step is brother brings down. Brother brings down the 9. Well, this is a 0, so our thing is just 9. Now Rover repeats. We go back up to the top. So 9 divided by 4, or 4 times what equals as close to 9 without going over? We can't say 3 because 3 times 4 would be 12, and we don't have enough. So we have to say 2. So 9 divided by 4 is 2. Now Mom multiplies. 2 times 4 equals 8. Now sister subtracts. Oops, went to the next slide. Sorry, guys. Sister subtracts. 9 minus 8 equals 1. The next step is brother brings down. This is when you know you're done. If there's no more digits to bring down for brother to bring down, you're done, right? So if you're done and there's no more digits to bring down, then whatever's left down here is what is called your remainder. So 689, let's say I had 689 Skittles and I needed to share them with 4 friends equally. I can give each of my friends 172 Skittles. 172 Skittles for Mrs. Reagan, 172 Skittles for Mrs. Pierre, 172 Skittles for Mrs. Nunn, and 172 Skittles for myself. We all have the same amount, but we have 1 Skittle left over. Okay, so that's the remainder. Now, the next step is you guys, this is how you guys can check your work, is you take whatever you came up with as your answer or your quotient, 172, and you multiply it times the divisor. And you get 688, and you also add back in your remainder, and you should come up with what your dividend was. If you come up with the same thing, then you did your division correctly. All right, I'm going to go to the next slide. I'm going to work through one more for you guys. All right, so here's a good one. So start off with Dad divides. Well, 7 can't go into 1. It can't. There's not enough. So what I have to do, guys, is I have to do 2 digits, right? So I'm going to use these 2 digits right here. Okay, so how many times can 7 go into 18 without going over? Well, 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. So I can't put a 3. I have to put 2. I'm not going to put my 2 in the hundredth place. Always put it in the smallest, so it's 18. I'm going to put it over here in the ones place for 18, or the tens place. And I'm going to say 2. Now Mom multiplies. 2 times 7 equals 14. Oh, they skipped a step. I see what they're doing. They want you to put a 0 here. I don't have my kids do that. And then what is 0 times 7? 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. Brother brings down the 8. So they're trying to just show you without skipping steps. How many times can 7 go into 18? 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, so that's mom's multiplying. Now sister subtracts. 18 minus 14 is 4. Now brother brings down 6. Okay. And now Rover repeats. Go back up to the top. Dad divides. How many times can 7 go into 46 without going over? Well, 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 8 is 56, so that's too much. 7 times 7 is 49, too much. So I can do this 6 times. So 6 times 7 is 42. 42. Sister subtracts. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is nothing. And now brother brings out. There's nothing left to bring down, so I'm done. So my answer is 26 with a remainder of 4. Now I'm going to come over here, guys, and you're going to put your quotient, which is, we're just going to put 26 times your divisor. Your divisor is right here, which is 7. And now you're going to multiply. Well, 7 times 6 is 42. Put out my 2 here. I'm going to regroup my 4. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 4 is 18. So I'm going to put my 8 here, regroup my 1. So that's 7 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. So 182. And right here, they're saying put your remainder, which is 4. So you add back in your remainder. 2 plus 4 is 6. 8 plus nothing is 8. 1 times nothing is 1. Did I come back up with my dividend? 186. I did, so it's correct. Okay? All right, guys. So you're going to go through and try that out with the next ones. Okay? You guys, I think, have only 10 problems left after I just did this one for you guys. Give it a try. If long division isn't making sense for you guys, like you're like, I just don't get it, then you need to go to the other assignment we have posted for you, which is partial quotients, and do what you were taught at school, partial quotients. Or ask your parents too. Any of your parents can help you with long division, because this is how we learned in school when we were kids. All of us learned long division. So this strategy right here, I promise you your parents probably can help you with. All right? Your parents know what they're doing. Don't tell them that's not how Mrs. Blah, blah, blah tells me. Guys, let your parents help you. It's okay. Have a great day, guys.